Good morning, good Erev Shabbos. Special greetings to our soldiers at Fort Jackson, to everybody watching our video. When tragedy strikes a community, as it did on the first night of Hanukkah in Sydney, Australia, on Bondi Beach, the shock and the sense of vulnerability can be really paralyzing. What do we do now? Should we scale back our efforts and hide our identity? I met a Jewish woman in the store this week who told me that she no longer wears her Jewish star out of fear for her safety. In 1957, there was a murderous attack at Kfar Chabad in Israel. And the Rebbe counseled them, do not diminish from your noble activities, increase and expand them. Consolation, the Rebbe said, comes through intensified activity, a heightened sense of purpose, and by redirecting our thoughts from what has been lost to what thankfully remains. By choosing to rebuild, by choosing to intensify growth in the face of loss, we become living proof that evil does not prevail and that life triumphs over death. An ancient version of this is found in a midrash articulated by Moses' sister Miriam in this week's Torah portion, after Pharaoh had decreed that all newborn male Jewish males would be thrown into the Nile River. Miriam's parents, Yocheved and Amram, actually divorced. Why have children if they're going to get thrown into the river? But Miriam challenged her parents. She said, Pharaoh's decree is only against the males, the boys. But you pass a decree that will essentially stop having females as well. And her parents recognized that she was right, and they remarried, and the result was, wait for it, Moses. Miriam's argument would echo throughout much of Jewish history, including immediately following the Holocaust. Who in their right mind could bring children into such a dark world? Many Jews thought after the war. In a letter to Elie Wiesel, the Rebbe suggested that remembering the tragedy is only one part of the response. The other, and perhaps more important, is the active battle against the final solution, which is to grow the Jewish people literally, to provide a living example that Hitler did not prevail. The main calling of our times is to fulfill the teaching, you must choose life. An established Jewish home and family. And the Rebbe concluded that, God willing, with good fortune, you will soon be married. Elie Wiesel did marry. He attributed his decision in part to the Rebbe's prodding. In addition to the practical demographic response, the Rebbe also advocated a spiritual retaliation of sorts as a response to the massive loss the Jewish people experienced at the hands of our enemies during World War II. Later in 1962, when the UJA was planning to visit the Warsaw Ghetto and Auschwitz, they asked the Rebbe for some guidance and direction. And the Rebbe said, we witnessed something so terrible at these places that it must bring every Jew to become more identified with their Jewishness, with pride and with joy. And if someone does their best to be Jewish so that everyone sees that in the street, hey, there's a Jewish person, that their home is a Jewish home, that they are proud, this life defeats Nazism. You can assure that Auschwitz cannot happen again by becoming a living example of how to live as a Jew. Every one of us must do something, not only to replace all those Jews that were murdered and annihilated. Their unfulfilled lives' tasks are our direct duty, the Rebbe said. A survivor once came to see the sixth Rebbe after he had settled in America. Plagued by guilt, he said, why did I merit? Why was I fortunate enough to survive? And so many others did not. And the Rebbe responded to him with a two-word response that changed his life. The Rebbe underlined the word merited, you were fortunate, ? And replaced it with the word obligation, ! Don't ask, why did I survive? No one can know the answer to that. But ask, for what purpose did I survive? And that you can spend a lifetime trying to find the answer. Shabbat Shalom.